In the beginning. Church Bodies, Naomi J. Williams, in which I learned that church trumps everything, even illness. This Sabbath is to be kept holy unto the Lord, when men do not only observe an holy rest all the day from their own works, words, and thoughts about their worldly employments and recreations, but also are taken up the whole time in the public and private exercise of his worship. The Westminster Confession of Faith, 1646. Going to church was of paramount importance in my family. Church was so important that we went twice every Sunday, morning and evening, and also Wednesday nights for prayer meeting. One Sunday morning when I was 7, I woke up with agonizing stomach pains and vomiting, and my parents took me to church anyway. That's how important it was. We lived in Long Beach, California at the time and attended Pilgrim Reformed Baptist Church, a congregation so new and small we met mostly in people's homes. On the morning in question, we met at the home of the Wheaton family. They stuck me on a daybed in one of those dark 1970s dens with no books, provided me with a bowl to throw up in, and proceeded with church in the living room. I lay there for an hour, racked with stomach cramps, until a large Siamese cat jumped on top of me. Terrified of the animal, I hobbled out of the room and into the hallway, doubled over in nauseated pain, until Mrs. Wheaton noticed me. She shooed away the cat and closed me back in the room. To this day, I'm phobic about vomiting. I'm not overly fond of cats either. Otherwise, I liked Pilgrim Reformed Baptist Church. Everyone else's house was much nicer than our downscale apartment, and my younger sister, Mari, and I befriended some of the other girls. And I liked the grown-ups too, particularly the pastor, an Englishman called Ron Edmonds, and his wife, Thais. Mrs. Edmonds was Brazilian and had jet black hair coiffed with meticulous, unliberated perfection. The Edmonds were genteel and never talked down to children. This mattered a lot to me. But my father, a fractious individual, had a falling out with Mr. Edmonds, the first of many such estrangements. When I asked why, he said it was complicated, a disagreement between men over how the church should be run. One Sunday morning, he woke us up and told us we wouldn't be going to Pilgrim anymore. I cried. He found my grief touching. I remember sitting on his knee while he comforted me. He wasn't a heartless man, my father, however much he pressed his family to extreme religious observance. My mother, a practical and unsentimental Japanese woman, had more moderation, but she rarely overruled my father. Leaving Pilgrim didn't mean we'd be skipping church, of course. I don't think we even took one Sunday off. But where to go? My parents always disparaged church hoppers, ecclesiastically promiscuous people who cannot commit to a church family but keep shopping around in an endless, vain search for the ideal place of worship. But we did a lot of church hopping ourselves. My Sunday memories of our post-Pilgrim years in Southern California are mostly of us being on the freeway as we drove and drove and drove to one church after another. And although we were Baptists, almost all the churches we visited were Presbyterian, Orthodox Presbyterian.